So I got bored. Look, I've been making FPS games since the beginning of the year, and that's cool and all, but I need a break. So, for some reason, I ended up making a crappy Uno knockoff. Why? Because I can, I guess. So for a card game, the first thing that probably needs to happen is to make the cards. So we're gonna go do that first. I made some data structures to actually hold all the card information, but that doesn't really look like anything. So I added some code to generate some cards with UI stuff so you can actually see what you're looking at. Much better. So now that I can show cards on the screen, I actually need to make a deck. So I quickly threw a thing together that would generate a bunch of cards and shuffle them together. Now, luckily, the shuffling part wasn't too hard because there's this guy called Fisher Yates. Now, Fisher Yates made this algorithm that shuffles things by randomly selecting an index and swapping the two out. And you keep doing that over and over until you have everything shuffled. It works really well. I don't know if his name is Fisher Yates. We're just going to go with it because it makes sense to me and it works, and that's all that matters. Now, this is great and all, but having these all in a nice little grid doesn't really feel right for this kind of thing. So I ended up actually making my own custom grid layout group, or a card layout group, to actually show everything together. It's way better. Like, I'll be real here. It looks so much better. Oh my god. It's great. You can hover over things. It looks nice. I like it, so it's good to go. Alright, so this is great and all, and I like looking at cards on a screen, but I kind of need to be able to like connect with other people, so we're going to do that now. So originally I wanted to get this game on Steam, and then I realized that every game on Steam costs $100, so we're not going to do that. But what I am going to do is use this thing called Unity Game Services. Now, Unity Game Services is actually pretty cool. You can actually use it for free, kind of. Technically, there's like a limit, and I really doubt we'll ever pass that limit where you actually have to start paying things, so I should be good to go. And it should be pretty easy. I've made multiplayer games before. I mean, how hard could it be? So while this guy is struggling with networking for the next couple days, let me tell you about this little thing called Discord. Yeah, we have a Discord now. Who would have guessed? It's taken a long time to get this up, and it's here now, and I'm the only one in it. So you can also be in it. Click the link in the description. Yeah. Okay, back to the video. Okay, after the networking fiasco, everything actually works. That's surprising, but you basically, instead of looking at cards alone, you can look at cards together. That's still really not good, so I would need to actually add the game now. So everything's pretty self-explanatory. I made a script for every single process of playing a card game. You have players, and each of the players have hands, and each of your hands has cards. You know how card games work. I just kind of put it together. It actually works pretty well. Everyone can take their own turn. Now I just have to fix the problem of it's ugly. Ugh. My first idea was ugly. We're not even going to talk about that. Moving past that one though, I actually thought of this really nice colorful UI thing. That didn't work out either. So we're gonna go with option 3. I used the shader graph to make this really nice gradient thing that like changes colors and stuff. It's really trippy and really cool, and it looks way better than the other things. I actually like it a lot, and it's good enough to actually get everything going. So we're just gonna go move forward with that now. So remember when I said that this was supposed to be Uno without limits? Well, the limits are still pretty here, so I'm gonna get rid of them. My idea for this was actually to add programmable cards. Now what that means is that basically each player can make their own hand, and they can modify their hand with whatever cards that they want. If you want a plus 99, go for it. You want everyone to discard all but one, go for it. You can do whatever. To actually do that though, I'd need to make my own card language and card compiler, quote unquote, to actually be able to do that. So I did it. It was actually pretty easy, not anything like really difficult. I basically just made this process that kind of decoded like a line of text or whatever, and then did different actions depending on what happens. It's actually surprisingly simple. I only wish I prepared for this better because I really did not. And honestly, I had to rework a lot of code behind the scenes, but it works. It's fine. We're doing stuff. We're moving. We're grooving. We're going. So after adding that, everything was working. Oh, you gotta be. Okay, so after all of that, everything was working. There's one more problem though. Unfortunately, your hand can only show you 20 cards before it starts going off the screen. So to fix that, I actually added a little extra contingency, just in case somehow, by some miracle, you end up with over 120 cards. You can see it now. I don't know who would do that. I don't know how you would do that, but you can do it. So go do it. There's someone out there who wants to. I know you were there. I see you. And with that, all I need to do is add a little bit of polish. Now, I didn't add enough polish, but it's enough to at least put it on to itch.io, which is actually on right now, and you can play it right now, surprisingly enough. The game isn't perfect, nor is it close to be finished. But honestly, that's fine, and I have an idea for something I want to do. But for right now, this is good enough for me. But man, it would be cool if I'd be able to put this on Steam or something. Huh, honestly, that sounds like foreshadowing now that I say it like that. That's weird. Anyway, I know it's been a while. I do hope that it didn't take too long for quality content. Um, so good to see you. I don't know how to end videos, so I mean, really, at this point, someone should just stop me. I really should just shut up before it actually gets